everyone. I'm just running up to the farmhouse right now, so pardon the jostling. Horror of horrors, Mr. Blue Jeans and I discovered that we had no ground coffee. We've got several bags of beans, but not my favorite saying, the grinder's in storage. So that's kind of been our life right now. Blah, 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 in storage. Wish I had the thing in storage. So our grinder's in storage. I am going up to the farmhouse because we just got back from our Atlanta trip and I had brought some already ground coffee. For those of you that don't know, our daughter is a manager at Starbucks, so we get spoiled. And I never thought about coffee much until I met Mr. Blue Jeans, and instant and whatever was fine with me. Mr. Coffee Percolator, it didn't matter. And he was a French press drinker, and I thought, ooh, a French press drinker. Okay, I understand the differences now. So when we found out we were out of coffee, we panicked. So I'm going up to the farmhouse to grab my little packets that I had packed for our little trip here. I guess I should probably go forward because talking to you and driving backwards is probably not a good idea. We had a great night of rain last night. I was just, again, pardon the bouncing. I was just talking to Mr. Blue Jeans yesterday about one of our IBCs for the garden area getting really, really low, and I wish we had some rain. So here it is, and that's super because right now we rely on the rainfall for any gardening we need to do. And we are getting closer to the gutters going on Gigi's, and that will put her in a position where she will have a lot more water at her disposal than right now. And we can only go so many times to Sammy's house. They've been so wonderful about us getting water from them, loading up and taking off. But it's a two-person process, and with Mr. Blue Jeans' travel schedule, it's not always easy for me to get there and do that. So excuse me, I'm gonna turn the truck off here. So the rain today has been a blessing for sure. We really needed it. And as I run up here to go get my coffee and wake up, the temperature is wonderful. Let's see if you guys can see. You can see it was a pretty good rain. Things are really wet, and that's fantastic. So we're gonna go here into the farmhouse for a little bit. I still have some guineas hanging around. They're just not big enough yet for the coop, and we are, oh, my door is stuck. There we go. Oh, look at the rain made my door get stuck. We are looking at doing an expansion here coming up this month, making the coop double the size. Can you hear them? Okay, I'm gonna get you guys fed and watered. No problem. I got another group over here too. These are the last famous last words. These are the last for this year, I'm hoping. It depends on the guineas, but I'm hoping that there's no more coming. So things on the list, clean this mess up. Trying to get the farmhouse in order for the next projects that are coming up. As you can see, it's just sort of a hustle bustle mess. We're kind of living between two places now. When my cousins came out to visit, we cleaned out everything in Mom's spare, Gigi's spare bedroom for them to be able to enjoy their stay, because they were here for a little bit. And I don't want to bring everything back to her place. And it also it feels nice to have your own home. Gigi has been so gracious in having us there. But I'm just itching for my house. It's been a while. From campers to a small bedroom, Mr. Blue Jeans and I are absolutely ready to get into our place. So those of you on the Facebook page have seen the pictures of the bathroom. And I now have my most amazing, gorgeous, fantastic, custom-built compost toilet that my cousin and his wife made us. And it still touches my heart. And now I'm considering how I'm gonna do the walls. I'm thinking a subway tile, and Serena is hooking me up with some blingy tiles possibly. So that's one thought. Lord knows things can change. And then I would show you our room, but it's a mess because suitcases are everywhere. So I'll try to avoid that. Sheesh. It's just been this month has been very, very busy. Excuse me, I'm still looking for coffee. This month has been really a busy month. And score! See, little bags of coffee. That bottle you see, that's peppermint, because I love peppermint coffee. I had to give up milk, or most milk products. I can eat it carefully, cheese and things like that very carefully. I'd had gallbladder attacks severely about 3, maybe 4 years ago now. And the doctor had said if I didn't change how I was eating, I'd see him again in 6 months and I'd be less a gallbladder. And I said, nothing personal, doc, but I don't want to see you again. So I changed up my food, and one of the things was getting rid of pretty much milk and no more in the coffee and all of that. It didn't take very long. It took about a week to get used to black coffee with a little bit of organic sugar, some coconut oil, and my beloved peppermint. It's one of my favorite flavors. Oh, I'm also looking for cheesecloth because I made some Instant Pot yogurt, and I need my cheesecloth to go ahead and drain it. We like our yogurt like Greek style, a little thicker than most. So I'm gonna, how's it feel to be around the house with Nikki D? This is kind of how things go, you know. You start something, I've got to go fill water bottles for Gigi. You start getting things going, you find out things like you're out of coffee, you have to try to find them. Where's my cheesecloth? I don't know. Oh, I don't know. No, I can't use that. That's not cheesecloth. I had found these really cool, well, for lack of a better explanation, they are for people who use washable diapers, you know, you're not using the disposables, and it's an insert. It's a woven material. I wish I had them here to show you. They're in storage. That's what I usually use for cheesecloth. I don't buy the store-bought stuff. I prefer to just wash that liner that I got a big package on Amazon years ago. And I don't know where my cheesecloth is. And that's what I was using, but unfortunately I don't have it at hand, so cheesecloth it is. So I'll tell you what, I'm not going to have you go on the hunt with me for that. We were successful with the coffee, and that's the best news of all. I'm going to look for that, and then I'll come back and we'll talk while I'm out taking care of filling Gigi's water jugs. Talk to you soon. Well, here we are filling water bottles. Mother Nature does not care that Gigi needed more water. So I'm out here with Clyde, who won't go back into his shed. I guess he figures his mom is silly enough to be out in this rain. He's gonna be out in the rain too. You know, sometimes you're doing a job like this and you're wondering, why am I doing this? But it's a simple answer. It's because it's what we want to do. You know, everybody lives different, and not everybody who homesteads does the same level, and that's fine. I know there's some people who have a whole thing about the label of it. You have to be off-grid, you have to be this, you have to be that. We've never been have to people in the sense of what you labeling something. You know, things change, they flow. That's how it goes. We just wanted to be a little bit more authentic. Define authentic. What we thought was a simpler life, a little bit less rush about and things to us that just didn't mean anything. We didn't need the newest widget, that sort of thing. And everybody's different. You know, congratulations to those people that want the newest widget. That's fine. I don't have a thought on what other people do. As long as you're good and kind-hearted, nice to other people, really, isn't that what matters? But we just didn't like the city life. So nothing quite prepares you for moving to a piece of property where it turns out water is a little bit more difficult to source than what you thought. It is what it is. And these are all things that we learn from. I think you're presented challenges in life that you need to overcome, and that's what we're working on. So right now we're lucky enough to have a source to bring water in from our daughter's house. They've been great about that. But you know, of course we want an end date to this. So I think by the end of this year, We should have Gigi set up with her gutter system on her house. You can see her place back there, and a cistern over here in that area, and then devise it like she has electricity. Mr. Blue Jeans and I are pretty sure we're going to do solar. I never say 100% until the thing's done, because I've learned things can change on a dime. But we'll put a little pump, and she can have some pressurized water in her house, which for somebody who is 80, you want to talk about rolling with the changes. It is unbelievable. I am so proud of her. You know, she lived a suburban existence her entire life, and this wasn't her dream. But when my dad passed, my mom said, I want to come to the farm. So we all ended up living in trailers together. She had a camper, we had a camper. We were about 45 minutes away from the land because we weren't able to get on it. And I wasn't sure how she was going to do. And then I understood where I got my pioneer spirit from, because she hasn't said boo about anything. She has been right there with us, whether it's gardening or being on the videos. I love having her on the videos with me. She's a crack up. She makes me laugh. And I guess it proves any age can do this. You know, we've got all the way from my granddaughter, who's 7 years old, our two daughters. Sam helps us here. They live 15 minutes away, and Jamie's here on the property. And it's been an experience that has brought us closer and has had us understand our capabilities, things that we didn't think or know that we were capable of doing or tolerating or handling, or, you know, whatever words you want to give it. And I'd say by far the most difficult has just been the water situation. Makes you think about the pioneers when they came across and covered wagons and things like that. I can't imagine. And it's not so much housing or anything else. It's that it came down to us for that essential. It was not a plan to have a well well, I haven't done that video yet, but that one's coming about our well. So I'm not going to give away too much, but obviously it didn't work out. And so I'll explain all of that in another video. But it's a great experience. Simpler is not better, easier. I was going to say it's not better. It is better for us. But simpler is not easy. It just feels real to us. Don't need to go to the store to get my eggs much anymore. You know, it's kind of nice depending on yourself. So anyway, it wasn't quite what I had planned on talking about. Well, that's me. I don't plan. I'm not an organized person. I don't get up in the morning and saying, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to do the other thing. I've never been that organized. I just haven't. And so you'll find, if you're going to follow along with me here on this YouTube channel, that we're going to be everywhere. We're going to be doing all kinds of stuff. It just depends on how I feel that day and what's going on. Because organization, while I think it's amazing and wish I was better at it, I am just usually off in 5 directions. It just doesn't happen. The farm has settled me down a bit with that. Obviously, you have to get everybody fed. We've got homeschooling with Maddie. I need to get my videos done, but somehow I'm still able to be completely disorganized. It's a gift. So anyway, no matter what you call it, whether you're urban homesteading or you're in a suburb and you've got a nice little garden going, or you know, you're on 60 acres with no water, more power to you. I think it's a beautiful lifestyle, and growing things and getting a little more independence in your life, there's nothing wrong with that at all. So thanks for following along. If you like the channel, please go ahead and subscribe, hit the little bell so you know when I've posted my next video. I truly can't tell you how much I appreciate you being here and just kind of following along our story and learning as we learn, because that's really what it's all about for us here, is just learning from you. You've been wonderful, and maybe you'll get something from us too. So Nikki D from 5 Dog Farm, filling water jugs for this morning. We'll talk to you soon.